Hello, VHL. Welcome to Sokolov Shoots the Shit number 7. There's a alliteration mouthful for you. We are in... My cable's all tangled. We're in Diablo 3. I just didn't really feel like bringing the PlayStation back upstairs. And yeah, for Sokolov Shoots the Shit, I like to play other shit on occasion. So... we're just gonna play this. I'm probably gonna be answering texts a lot. I got stuff going on for the upcoming vacation, so sorry about that in advance. But it's already Sokolov Shoots the Shit, so it's kind of gonna be unorganized as hell anyway, because there really isn't. I really don't have like specific questions to talk about when I do these, which is why I do them. I do have one though. I don't have it in front of me. But I vaguely remember what it is. Jardy asked, when will the wife and I be making babies? So that's a incredibly personal and slightly awkward question, but whatever. I don't care. I've always said I'll answer anything, so I'll answer anything. When exactly, it's hard to say, obviously, because, you know, human body kind of does what it wants. The plan right now is that we will start trying when we get back from vacation, but it's pretty much just like we'll right now we're just sort of focusing on the fun part of it. So if you catch my drift, wink wink, nudge nudge. So yeah, we're not stressing out about it too much. So you know, we're focusing on we got the house now. Week after we get back from vacation, we are picking up a puppy, so probably don't want those two things at the same time. Anyway, that would not end well, I don't think. It would probably be just, like, a terrible idea. So, yeah, we're not in any major rush. So that's all I'm gonna say to that, Jardy. You can accept that answer or not, but that's all I'm gonna say. So back to the normal content of Sokolov Shoots the Shit, which is me just randomly talking about stuff. So. First topic of the day, as people do when they're just randomly talking about stuff, is I'm going to talk about myself, or at least my own players. The Roman Sokolov, the king of inconsistency, has returned this season, it appears. Some games I'm getting 4 points a game, and then others I have stuff like the past 3 games where I get 1 point in 3 games. So like it's getting frustrating to say the least, that it's like, oh cool, like 4 points in a game is great, but then going the next 3 and only getting 1 kind of sucks, because it's like, okay, well now it's 5 points in 4 games, which is not nearly as good. I am hoping that things are going to improve. We messed with our lines a little bit after having so many games against Calgary there that just didn't really go as well as we think they should have. We got our lines and our strategies kind of looked at. We changed some things up, and early indications are good. We had those lines in our last 2 games, which were against Seattle and Davos. Obviously, Davos is kind of a bottom feeder team this year, but we really, really dominated them well. I only had 1 point, but Bozer fucking went off. And then Quebec is obviously a strong team, and we beat them. I didn't do anything, but whatever. I'm hoping I can pick it back up. It's frustrating for me with Sokolov because there's so much stuff that, like, it seems like I have no middle ground with Sokolov. It's either I'm doing fantastic and getting, like, over 2 points per game, or I'm doing absolutely nothing. And it's weird, because it's like, I'd be fine if... Like, I'd be fine having to deal with just a point per game if it was, like, a consistent point per game. But it's not. It's like, I'm gonna get 4 points here and then nothing for 5 games. And it's like, could I just have some consistency, please? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm frustrated for nothing. Maybe it's not a big deal, but it's getting annoying. I find I had the same thing with Halik. It's like some games, like for instance, the what I don't think it was my second last season there, where I had like 5 shutouts to start the season, which is unheard of. I don't know the record. I'm not claiming I do, but I'm pretty sure I have it. Like, I don't think any goalie in history has ever had 5 shutouts to start the season. But I did, which was crazy, and it was good. And then after that, I had like 10 games where I played like shit. So it's like, it's the inconsistency that drives me nuts, because I can't like guarantee myself anything, really. It's like, fuck. I hate Isual because of his stupid constantly freezing you bullshit. It's really frustrating. Whoop. Fuck you. I really wish my big hit was up, but it's on cooldown. So yeah, it's like I can't. It was this exact same thing with Halik. I can't get any kind of consistency going, because every time I start to play well, a couple of games later I'll play absolutely terrible. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get it figured out, but I'm getting frustrated with it right now, and I'm getting annoyed with it right now. And it's not just that it's like on a personal level I'm pissed that I'm playing bad. It's also that it's like I feel bad because I'm supposed to be kind of like, you know, that top line defenseman for Toronto, and I feel like that's not really the case. I'm playing okay, but I should be playing better than I am. I don't know. Maybe it comes down to the fact that I just didn't get all the TP I could have when I first started, because I was focusing on Halik. I didn't get as much as I would have liked with let's do this. I'm pretty sure if you talk to these guys, you get like big guys that pop up. Yeah, obviously it would have been nice to get more early on, but like I knew I was gonna focus on Halik. That's what I always said I was going to do. But it is unfortunate. I do feel slightly bad about it, because I know I could have done more. Like, I'm pretty sure Cornerstone was in my draft class, if I'm not mistaken, and he has over twice the TP I do. I mean, he had a lot more from the start, but still. Anyway, I'm just being bitter now. What else am I going to talk about? Let's just keep talking about me. Why the hell not? I have no questions. You guys didn't give me questions about you, so I'm going to talk about me. I put in a status update probably a week ago, and I'm still kind of feeling like this, that I might make another second guy for the season 59 draft, so that'd be if I create at the deadline. That would be the guy that uses Halik's carryover, so I don't know. I haven't calculated that out, but it's probably near the max. I had 1,000 TB, a little bit more, so it should be somewhere in the vicinity of max carryover. I don't know if, but we are discussing changing the carryover rules, but ow, I died. I'm not gonna get into that. Don't worry, guys. For those of you not in the BOG, it's not a major thing. Like, it's not nearly as bad as it sounds when I say, like, oh, we're going to change the carryover rules. You're not, like, it's not going to hurt you in any way. So, do not worry about it. I'm just bringing it up because it is something that we're looking at, so. Ow. Why does this guy hurt so much? Also, he keeps teleporting and I tried to stick my skeletons on him. It's really annoying. Yeah, and I missed a treasure goblin because I accidentally hit him while trying to not die from this guy again. Fuck. That guy gave me more trouble than fucking Izzy did. Yeah, so, anyway, carryover aside, I'm considering that. I'm torn on it because, like, I sort of realized when I had to before that I don't know if I realistically have the time commitment to do 2 players, but at the same time, it's like, I've managed to do 3 podcasts this week, so maybe I can do it. Because the reason that I'm looking at it is, like, do I really have the time to do 2, is that I don't want to screw Toronto, or if I end up somewhere else, any other team, with Sokolov, because I kind of already did that. Like, they knew when they were drafting me that was going to be the case, but I still hurt them once by, you know, by not getting the most out of Sokolov that I could. So I kind of don't want to do that again, but at the same time, I don't want to waste, like, in effect, waste the carryover from the highest CP player I've ever had by not putting a ton of points on him, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, sure, it'd be nice to say, oh, I got max carryover, yeah, that's great, except if I take that 75 TB and I only, like, say double it by the draft to 150, I'm still behind. Like, at that point, I haven't improved the player in any way, like, in any substantial way, because I'm at the point where I could have gotten there without the carryover anyway. So it's like, I feel like I've been kind of wasting a nice carryover amount by doing that. Oh, hello, you guys are big. Let's just pop my skeletal army on you. That did not do as much as I was hoping. Oh boy, you guys are real big. Could you die, please? So yeah, I haven't decided yet. Obviously, yeah, as soon as I made that status update, a lot of VHL MGMs were very interested in having me. I think it must just be that everyone wants a commish on their team, I guess. I don't know. To me, it seemed odd that everyone wants me. I feel like sort of transitioning to another one, because this is the Sokolov shoots the shit where I'm just talking about myself. I feel like it's funny how much people think I make, like, amazing players. And by all means, if you guys want to keep... Oh, level 60. Cool. Didn't realize I was that high up. I haven't been looking at, like, my skills pretty much at all. I got kind of the build I wanted, so... Anyway, yeah, if you guys want to keep looking at it like that, that is fine by me. But, like, realistically, I've always looked at it as I make good players, I don't make great players. Like, yes, I'm in the Hall of Fame with one guy. I've had 8, I think. I think Sokolov is my 8th. So, as of this past offseason, I've had 7 players eligible for the Hall of Fame, and I am in with 1. So, really, my track record is not great. Like, I'm being honest with myself. It's not. I am not STZ. I am not green. Those guys, it's like, you get an STZ player, you are set. I don't know why, I don't know how, but the fucking sim engine loves him. Like, STZ is giving Simon blowjobs on the side. Or something. I don't fucking know what he's doing. But somehow, his players are always gods. Like, just absolute gods. And I don't get it. I've never been able to figure out how he does it. Like, they could be half the TPE level of anyone else and beating them. Like, I don't know if his... I'll have to check the stats here when these guys are dead. I don't know if his goalie is still doing, like, fantastic. He was. I know that. To start the season, he was, like, playing crazy. Yep. I think my inventory's full. Yeah, my inventory is full. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to town here. Open this up. Booms, you're responding to things. I'll just go look at those. Boom's making fun of the new banner for the red theme. Because it said, like, season 46 or something. It was ridiculously old, so we had to update it. What am I looking for? Leaders. Goalie stats. Okay, so our candor did drop quite a bit. But goalies are kind of playing, like, crazy this year anyway. Except King, honestly. King has not been beaten, which is great. And his goals against is good. But, like, his save percentage fucking sucks. He's at 909 save percentage. This is a guy that had a 930 last year. Ironside at 936 doing great. I guess it's the... King has really low shots against. That's not helping him any. But anyway. Okay, so Arkandor's not playing amazing this year. Like he was the last year. DeGrath isn't really either. We kind of expected that playing on Davos. That's not... I wasn't expecting, like, an amazing season. So, my point maybe isn't, like, the most solid this year. But in general, an STZ player is going to be fantastic. It's just, like, it's automatic. And I have no idea how he always does it, but he does. His players are unstoppably good. Holy shit, that's a better dagger. Yoink. I mean, it's a spear, I guess, not a dagger, so it attacks slower, but, like, way more damage. Nice 0.2 damage. That's not really... It's not really too bad. That's two-handed, right? Yep. That's actually even better damage. And it also attacks slightly faster. Yoink. Alright, I'm going to destroy everything else. Yeah, so, like, maybe this season's not the best example, but in general, STZ players will be absolute fucking beasts for you. Like, that's just how they operate. Somehow, Simon fucking loves him. My players are, like, essentially the opposite. I will get to levels where I should be playing better than I am, but it just doesn't want to let me for some reason. I don't pretend that I've got, like, the highest TPE levels out there. I don't. I know I don't. I'm not ridiculous. But, like, I feel like a lot of my players tend to underperform what they should be capable of, or at least in comparison to others. Like, for instance, Halik especially, I found, like, I never underperformed with Halik, but it somehow was always, like, that I was playing slightly worse than somebody else. Like, I won the Shaw in 53, I think. In 54, I played better. All my stats went up. Every single one of them. I didn't win the Shaw. So I got better in every single category, but DeGrath played unstoppable and I couldn't beat him. Like, that's just, that is how things have historically gone for me. So by all means, keep thinking I make amazing players. And I do make good players. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that, like, you know, just disappears on you. I'm not gonna be Anderson that, like, oh, you drafted me, thanks, I'm here for a season and then I'm retiring. Like, no, you're gonna get a player for a while. But I can't guarantee you, like, I'm gonna be the best player you've ever seen. Because I'm not. Alright. You guys ready to see Diablo? With tits? Yeah, Diablo has tits in this one, basically. That's what we're doing. I don't know how well it's going to go, but that's what we're doing. Anyway, So yeah, I find it really funny that as soon as I made that status update, it's like, oh, come here, come here. I'm like, I haven't even created the player yet. I haven't even looked at it really yet. You're already all recruiting me to your teams. Actually forgot about his bone prisons, so that could have really hurt me. All right, stage 1 done. Stage 2 is a lot harder, to be fair. Stage 2 is probably the hardest stage. Even 3 is back at that, so it's not that bad. The Shadow Realm is pretty hard, though, because you end up having to face basically yourself. See, you have a shadow clone that you have to deal with, so they have the exact same skills you do. Well, actually, they have the potential for the same skills you do. They have, like, the same, they don't necessarily use the ones you're using, but... Oh, fuck. See, again, I forgot about his shadow prison. This is gonna really hurt. Ow, 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 ow. I guess on this difficulty, it's not too bad, but... Guys, you gonna kill him? He should go down this one. So anyway, I just found that really funny. It was like... oh, you're... Come here, come here. I'm like, I haven't created anything yet. Like, don't... Why are you recruiting me? When I do, I don't know if it'll be 59. I don't know if it'll be this deadline. I don't know when it's going to be. But when I do, I will probably end up making... a forward, if I was to make a guess. Just because, like, you know, that has been... Okay, why didn't that go? Oh, crap, I stood in the... He's gonna die soon anyway. There we go. Fun fact, you can't actually get Diablo lower than 45,345. I'm still hitting him, but he's not gonna go lower than that. That's just, like, where his health stays. They're gonna keep whacking. Like, I don't know why his health stays there. Alright. There's the original big baddie of the game. It's not really... Really? My guaranteed fucking legendary drop from him, and it's a fucking two-handed axe. Garbage. It's probably going to be better than what I'm using by a good amount, but I don't like two-handed. Holy shit, is it ever better than what I'm using. Alright, yeah. It's a lot slower, but... Yeah, my damage goes from 34,000 to 111,000. Alright, I'm not gonna complain about that. That's fine. Alright. So, that would have been the last. If I didn't have the expansion, that would be the last boss. Anyway, back on track. What was I talking about? Oh, that my players suck. Yeah. Sorry to break your brains on that one if you thought I made like the best players ever, but oh god, I don't. Just sort of how it is. I make mediocre players. Anyway. What else do I want to talk about? I'm good on time at this point, but I feel like I've been focusing on the game a little bit, especially during that Diablo fight, so I feel like I might as well keep going for a little bit longer. I've got some extra time. Let's talk about the standings a little bit. Why the hell not? I just gotta bring them up here. So, as it stands right now, I made my prediction in my last CODcast or 2 casts ago, or whenever the hell I did it. It was this week, so I don't freaking remember. That North America would be Quebec, Toronto, Calgary, Seattle, New York. That was my prediction. As it stands right now, and I am kind of shocked by this. The last place is Quebec. I had them completely wrong. Maybe it's just been their schedule to start. I don't know what it is. But they are at the bottom. Not playing great at all. So, straight off a cup win, they are not looking good in their first 14 games at the 6-5-3. So, that's not so great. Next up is New York. They're more or less where I expected them to be. I only put them at the bottom because I felt like Seattle was a better team, which they are. Not because I thought like New York was absolutely terrible. So New York sitting out of the playoffs right now. Obviously, again, 14 games in, easily it could change, but that makes sense to me. Then the Legion, which also kind of makes sense. I had talked about how I figured the Legion, the Legion and the Wranglers really could be back and forth. Like, I expect us to be back and forth pretty much all season. Our games against each other are done. Like, first 11 games, Toronto was done playing Calgary. Sorry, I'll see you guys in the playoffs, I guess, maybe. But anyway, so that obviously had a big impact on how things are sitting. Right now, the Legion are 2 points back of the Wranglers. But those two kind of make sense because they're, you know, they can go back and forth. The crazy one here. Crazy one. The Seattle Bears are at 10-2-1 to start the season. They are tied for second in the league and first in North America. I had them out of the playoffs. And honestly, I still think that's going to happen. I think they just got off to a really hot start. I don't know who they've been facing, but that is crazy to me. It really is. Because I did not think... I knew the Bears had gotten better in the offseason. I didn't think they got better than Toronto or Calgary. To be truly blunt. I didn't think so. I feel like I need to change... When I get to the city, I need to change one of my skills out. Because I almost never use my last skill. I pretty much always have enough, whatever that's called, essence. So I pretty much never use it. Anyway, yeah, so the Bears are really, really surprising me this season. Maybe they started off with an easy schedule. I have no idea. As far as I know, Toronto has not played them yet. I don't believe we have. So I don't know. Maybe they're just playing outstanding, but let's see when I get in here. Let me in. That's the freaking, like, town right there. It just has to let me in. Oh, I wish I would have saved my big strong one for there, but that didn't seem to matter. They kind of died. Anyway, so I'm gonna check Seattle's schedule, but I can't do that really until things die. Can I get in now, please? Hey, Teriel. Yeah, I talked to you. Can I get in now, please? Oh, come on. Okay, and he's not letting me in yet. So I want to see who have the Bears faced. The Bears thus far have 1 game against the Americans, 1 game against the Express, 2 against the the Davos, 2 against Quebec, so that's 2, 4, that's 6. Okay, so they have 1 game against the Reign and 3 against Titans. Those are actually challenging games. But that's only 4 of their how many games are they at? 13? Yeah, 4 of their 13 games have been actually like challenging opponents. Opponents that are currently sitting like in a playoff spot. So honestly, I do think the Bears will fall. I know that sounds harsh, but like I do, because wow, just teleported around and just died. As it stands right now, like they haven't really had much competition. Like, I'm not saying Toronto's had like the hardest schedule. I'm not saying that Calgary's like the best team in the world, but they are at least a stronger team. So the fact that, yes, we are 7-4-2 right now. All 6 of those losses have come against... Actually, no, I don't think they've all come against Quebec. I think we won... Or, Calgary, I mean. I think we won... I don't know how many games against Calgary we won. I think we won 3 and they won 5. I don't remember. Anyway, it's... The point is that their schedule in Seattle has not been that insanely challenging. So, to be honest, I would be very shocked if they were playing worse, to be honest. Like, it's it's nothing against Bana. I'm sure he might, if he hears this, he's gonna like try and take it personal. They're like, oh, I'm saying his team sucks. I'm not saying his team sucks. It's just they've had a very easy schedule to start, and that is gonna put them higher than they necessarily would be. I think the Bears are gonna have a very unfortunate fall this season. That's what I'm getting at. Anyway, so standings on the other side of things. The other side of the pond, we have the Vikings in last. They have won 1 game and lost 12. Ouch. I think I had them at 4th in Euro. I don't fully remember. I'm pretty sure I had them sitting 4th in the European Conference, and I had the Davos below them. Davos has only won 2 games, but they've lost a couple in overtime, so they're a little bit better in 4th, but it makes sense. The Express are in 3rd, but they don't even have 10 points. They'd be dead last in North America, but they're 3rd in Euro. This is all sort of what I was expecting. In fact, the standings, aside from Davos and Stockholm being flipped, are exactly what I predicted in the European Conference. So then the Titans are in 2nd, and the Reign are in 1st. That is basically what I was expecting to have happen. There's no real surprises, I don't think, in the Euro Conference this year, because it's just... how it's been building, it makes sense that's how things are going. So, I will say the Titans are having a better year than I anticipated. I knew the Reign were going to be in 1st, but I was expecting the Titans to not do quite as well as they are. They're really holding their own very nicely. So, that's a bit of a surprise, but in general, I'm not too surprised by what I'm seeing there. It makes sense. So the Bears and the Vikings playing so bad are kind of the 2 surprises. Like, I would not expect the Bears to keep this pace up, and I would also not expect the Vikings to keep playing this bad. I think those 2 are kind of gonna get better or worse depending on how the season goes, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I haven't been looking at Stockholm's roster enough. Maybe they are just gonna get demolished. I don't know. The standings are a bit of a surprise to me, but Not too much, really. It's really just the Bears. So, I am sticking with my predictions on what the standings will end up being. The only one... Actually, I guess it's not just the Bears that are surprising. It's also Quebec. I don't know. Maybe I haven't been paying enough attention to them. I don't know what happened to Quebec. Something bad went down there because they are in an awful way. So I'm going to kill another set of guys here really quick. Head back to town, I think, and I'm going to call this one a Dunzo podcast. My third of the week. Hopefully you guys aren't tired of seeing my ugly mug yet. New haircut, though, so, you know. Slightly less ugly mug, I guess. Anyway, that has been Sokolov Shoots the Shit. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, go leave questions for the podcast, and it'll be that instead of me just talking about myself for half an hour. That seem reasonable. Anyway, I do hope you did enjoy it. You didn't hate your time here. And yeah, as usual, this has been Bekatov. I'll see you next time.